All right, let's journey back in time. Think pyramids, think pharaohs. We're about to dive into the story of a deity who was considered, quite literally, the source of all life itself. I'm talking, of course, about the incredible ancient Egyptian sun god, Ra.
So, let's just jump right in with the big question, right? Imagine a world that completely revolved around the sun rising and setting. A world where its light meant, well, it meant everything. Who would you think is the supreme god of that incredible power?
The answer is just one powerful, unforgettable name: Ra. But what did it actually mean to be the god of the sun in ancient Egypt? Let's start by breaking down his most fundamental identity.
You know, being the sun god wasn't just some fancy title. It meant you were the master of existence. The sun gave people the light to see, the warmth they needed to survive, and the energy for their crops to grow. For the ancient Egyptians, Ra was literally the engine that made the world go round.
But here's the thing. Ra's power went way, way beyond just being the sun guy. For many, many dynasties, he was something more, something much bigger, the supreme deity, the king of all the other gods.
So what does supreme even mean in this context? It meant he was the top dog, the highest god in the entire pantheon. He was the ultimate creator and the absolute ruler. In a sky filled with all kinds of powerful gods, Ra was their king. To put it really simply, he was number one. And being at the top of that divine food chain gave him this incredible, unparalleled status and authority over, well, everything, both in the heavens and right here on Earth.
But being number one wasn't just a title you could brag about. It came with some huge responsibilities. Two immense jobs, really, that were the pillars of his power, the roles of creator and ruler.
So first up, creator. According to the ancient beliefs, he literally brought forth the entire world from chaos. Just try to imagine the sheer scale of that power. All the land, the water, the animals, and even humanity itself were all believed to have been born from his will alone.
And he didn't just create the world and then, take a vacation. Nope, his job wasn't done. He then took on the role of its ruler, and specifically the master of the sky. Every single day, he was believed to make this epic journey across the heavens, bringing his light to the world he had made.
So it's this combination, right? He's the source code for everything, and he's the daily manager. That's what really defined his supreme power. He wasn't some distant creator who just set things in motion and walked away. He was an active, ever-present ruler of his own creation.
Okay, so we've got a handle on just how powerful this guy was. But what did the ancient Egyptians actually picture when they thought of him? Let's shift gears and talk about his iconic image, because it's pretty unforgettable.
And asking this question is totally key to understanding his symbolism. If you were wandering through an ancient temple and saw a carving of Ra, what are the features that would make you go, aha, that's him?
Well, the first thing you'd spot is his head. It's the head of a falcon. And this was no random choice. I mean, think about it. A falcon can soar way up high. It has incredible vision. It was the perfect symbol for an all-seeing sky god, watching over his creation from above.
And right on top of that falcon head was the most important symbol of all, a burning sun disk. Now this wasn't just a hat, okay? It was his power made visible. It's like the very source of his authority was resting right there on his head. There was absolutely no mistaking who he was.
So, thousands of years after the last temple to him was built, why is Ra still such a compelling figure? To wrap this all up, let's take a quick look at his enduring legacy.
It all really boils down to this simple, powerful summary: the sun god, the supreme deity. That short phrase just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures his dual identity as both the master of the physical sun and the highest spiritual authority.
Ultimately, Ra's legacy is that he became this timeless symbol of light, and power. And these are universal concepts that every single human culture has wrestled with. Ra just remains one of history's most potent personifications of these fundamental forces.
And that leaves us with one final thought. The ancient Egyptians saw the sun as both a creator and a ruler. So the question for us today is, what does the power of the sun represent to you? Thanks for joining me on this one.